Ajahn, isn't it the same in your spiritual tradition that pupils are leaving the monastery and going somewhere else? They don't stay after initial 5 years. They are supposed to leave somewhere, or
they are not. They are free to leave.
They are free to leave.
I think that in Zen they are forced to leave.
No, that's not necessarily the case. That would be, in the Theravada tradition, you don't the monastic. I mean, maybe you want to translate.
Ne, ja sam samo setio sam se da, ja ću predstaviti. Setio sam samo da i u njihovim manastirima, kad posle 5 godina ima inicijalni taj trening sa učiteljem, treba da ostane sa učiteljem, ali posle toga znam da mnogi odlaze u različite manastire, pošto oni imaju, 7-8 manastira, da se pomeraju na druge kontinente. Pa sam zato pitao da li je kod njih to pravilo, međutim nije pravilo, on je posle 5 godina slobodan da ode, ali ne mora da ide.
So, like in our tradition, we don't the main vow, like monastic vow, is to follow the rule. So you've got the first 5 years of kind of apprenticeship where you should have a mentor, which is kind of supervising maybe with your training. After those first 5 years, you're completely free to go wherever you want.
Postoji jedan zavet praktično da se prvih 5 godina tu tretirate kao, da kažemo, pripravnik. I imate mentora, učitelja koji vam je supervizor, koji nadgleda vaše napredovanje i postoji 5 godina, vi ste u principu slobodni da, kad se zaredite, normalno, kad se zamršite, postoji 5 godina ste slobodni da idete gdje hoćete. Mislim, u smislu dopravljanja intervenstva.
One small question. How often does it happen that somebody becomes a monk and then...
Disrobe.
Yes. Is it often or not?
Koliko je često da neko postane monah i da se posle toga, što bi rekli, naše razmonaš?
I think probably not more than, in our tradition, not more than 10 or 20% will do it for the whole lifetime. Most people leave.
U našoj tradiciji, ako se odnosi na tajvansku šumsku budističku tradiciju, ne više od 20% ljudi ostaje u monaškom odnosu, a ostali posle određenog broja godina se
skinu se.
Odnosno razmonaši se.
It's more difficult to become a monk than to
stay a monk.
In terms of the form, so you go through quite the procedure. But to disrobe, you basically just leave.
Kaže, mnogo je teže postati monah nego skinuti mantiju, jer da bi postali, treba proći na određenu proceduru koja nije nemenje, a kaže da skinete dovoljno, samo se preskočite.
And in the Theravada tradition, at least certainly in Thailand or in most Theravada countries, there's no kind of stigma or something related to that. It's completely accepted, that's fine for most people.
Kaže, u Theravada tradiciji to nije neki preveliki problem, to se prihvata kao tako i bez nekog problema. Ne pravi se problem.
In fact, in Thailand, usually if you have been in monastic training for a while and then you disrobe, usually, you're still regarded with particular kind of respect. They even have a special kind of honorific kind of for you, because they assume, well, you've tried it for a while and you're probably going to hopefully learn something. So there's still, even if you do it for a certain time, there's still benefit from it.
U Tajlandu čak i postoji jedno određeno poštovanje prema tome što ste vi proveli nekoliko godina kao monah, jer se smatra da ste bar nešto naučili, pa će vam to pomoći kad se skinete da bolje živite, da živite jedan bolji život, da na neki način prionite to što ste naučili, tako da se od toga ne prinikavate.
In Sri Lanka, it's different. It's usually monks, and I don't know to what extent it also applies to nuns. Certainly monks are expected usually, if they take on the robes, to do it for a lifetime, and it's looked down upon instead of
U Šri Lanci je situacija drugačija. Šri Lanka je budistička zemlja i smatra se da tamo onaj koji je preuzeo, naročito za monahe i za monahinje malo onaj koji je preuzeo na sebe tu breme da ponese monašku odoru, za njega se smatra da treba to bude za ceo život.
But that's not the original kind of spirit, I think, of the form. Or it's not like that as far as I know in any other Theravada kind of Buddhist country. It's more like something that's culturally grown like that.
Da, ali to nije originalno budističko prihvatanje cijele stvari i kako je situacija u drugim budističkim zemljama, više pripada jednom kulturnom miljeu Šrilanke, koja, opet kažem, insistira na tome da je tvrdo budistička zemlja i uvijek se...
Actually, according to our rule, you can disrobe and become a monk again up to 7 times.
Po Vinaji, odnosno po njihovom pravilu, možete da se skinete i obučite ponovo 7 puta.
In one life.
In one life. After that, it's just enough, you know.
No. If you straight enter, then you have a bigger chance. And then if
No, but you can only become a bhikkhu, a monk, 7 times in one lifetime. So that's a different.
This is different.
Question, but every time once you do that 7 times, for example, you do 5 years with the mentor or not?
It depends on the specific.
Because if you can start with 20, 7 times, times 5, 35 times, 55 years.
You never get out of it.
I know they accept you till 60, right?
There are no fixed rules.
There are no limits.
There are no fixed rules about it. There's no one thing is a monastic rule, and then the other thing is like how precisely it's handled in detail according to the specific community. So there are some communities who might not accept you over a certain age, but there's no particular rule in the.
Sad da ovaj ravno privedem, čovjek je izračunao da pitaju prvo da li svaki put kad se od tih 7 puta skinete morate 5 puta da budete pripravnik, pa onda je to pomnožio puta 7, 35, pa je onda dao do 20 godina, znači ako ste krenuli sa 20 godina do 55, pa je onda pitao a kako će to da se izvede ako postoji granica da do 60. godine vas u principu primaju za monaka, posle verovatno misle da ste penzioner, čak i za monaka. Nešto da moj čovjek objasnio da to prvo ovo ne stoji sa tih 60 godina što mene jako rade, a drugo objasnio mu je da je to sve pitanje kakva je situacija u manastiru, ali da nije, postoje pravila kako se to radi, ali da u principu i tradicije manastiri određuju koga će prihvatiti.
Yeah, no, like even those 5-year period. I mean, that is originally foreseen like that in the monastic rule. But again, it's not something that is practiced everywhere.
To je, što si pitao, predviđeno u monaškim pravilima, ali se u principu najčešće ne praktikuje.
Because in principle, the sangha doesn't have any, in that sense, has no legal power over you.
Zato što u principu sangha nema nikakvu pravnu moć na to.
Like, you know, in some places you just get your upasampada, it's called, you know, you accept into the sangha as a bhikkhu, and well, there you are, you're a bhikkhu. If you decide to leave or go somewhere else, who's going to stop you?
Tako da u nekim, ali za ostale, u nekim tradicijama možete to zarađenje primiti, postati bhikkhu i posle toga otići.
But it's certainly not recommended.
Ali nije, svakako nije preporučljivo.
And of course you're spoiling your reputation if you do that.
I naravno kvarite svoju reputaciju.
Because also no monastic community is obliged to take your illnesses.
Zato što svi znaju da, opšte znaju da je manastir u obavezi da vas primi nazad ako rešite da se vrate. Znači,
No, it's not.
Nije u obavezi da vas primi.
So you might say, oh, I'm just a monk now, and then I fancy I'm going to Australia somewhere and join this community. But then I say, you know, you turn up first thing after, well, so where you're coming from? Who's your teacher? Have you got permission from your teacher?
Da, možete recimo da zamišljate da kad negdje postanete monah, onda možete da se šetate po svetu, odete u Australiju i kažete, evo ja sam monah, ali onda možete da nađete na prijem da vam kažu, čekaj, ko ti je učitelj, ko te je poslao, kod koga si učio i da te ne prijem.
And so they check, they might just usually say, well, you know, no, thank you, we're not here, we don't want you here, we don't see it.
Da, kažu hvala, ali ne ovdje, traži drugi hotel.
So it's good to play by the rules. It helps.
Tako da je dobro igrati po pravilima kuće. Inače, možete da ostanete u Australiji sa kengurima.
Okay, so maybe some time for walking meditation? Sitting, I don't know.
Well, before we close, although you are a monk, I don't think you will be offended by some thanks for the teaching, because we've been a quiet crowd, and we are aware that this knowledge and clarity with which you explain it to us is a consequence of years of effort. So we are thankful. I am at least very thankful for your teaching.
Za oni koji nisu razumeli, ja mislim da ih ima malo. Čovjek je rekao da u svoje ime, pošto zahvaljuje, a pretpostavljaju se u ime svih nas za jedan izvanredan, veoma širok, veoma razumljiv način na koji je čovjek objasnio određene stvari, a što je zahtevalo i veliko predznanje i određeni napor. Tako da se zahvaljuje, ja se pridružujem, nadam se i svi ostali da mu zahvalimo za...
So, well, yeah, thank you, and you're very, hvala puno. Odlično. You're very welcome, of course, and yeah, I'm still working on it, so maybe next time a bit more clarity.
Da, kaže, on se nam zahvaljuje, pohvalio nas je, rekao je da smo vrlo dobrodošli, znači, ajmo na vozi u njegov manastir.
So, well, anyway, what I like to say is just that certainly you're a delightful group of people to practice with, so it's a great pleasure.
Kaže da ste divna grupa ljudi, da smo divna grupa ljudi za saradnju i da mu je bilo zadovoljstvo.
And of course, then as we added the notes, I'd like to use the occasion to really also ask your forgiveness for, any confusion, you say clarity or not.
Molim za oproštaj za bilo koji oblik nesporazuma koji je ono.
But there might also be things that, that somebody at some point might have felt, offensive or maybe confusing, not that clear or too complicated, whatever.
Ili za stvari za koje bilo ko shvatio da su, znači traži izvinjenje za stvari za koje bilo ko shvatio da su stvari koje vas dovode u konfuziju, zbunjujuće, koje su uvredljive, koje su nerazumne, nerazumljive.
So I like to, offer my apologies for that, and just to say, yes, same as you, I'm still, I'm in the same process of trying to still, clarify the processes in my mind. So it's not that I put everything clear anymore.
Tako da je, kaže i on, isto kao i mi, još uvijek pokušava da raščisti pojmove u svojoj glavi i nije ništa dalje.
And maybe I just like to a little bit closer, because once I recently read a very interesting, very good definition of wisdom.
Da bi završio ovo, reći da sam skoro pročitao jednu veoma interesantnu definiciju mudrosti.
So that person, or that teacher said, like wisdom, see if I get it right, said wisdom is the ability to do what we don't like to do, what we find difficult to do, if we know that it's going to be beneficial for us.
Rekao je da je mudrost da učinimo ono što ne bi želeli da učinimo ukoliko znamo da će to biti dobro po nas.
And to not to abstain from doing that which we would like to do, that which we find pleasant, if we know that that's going to be harmful to us.
I da ne učinimo ono što bi jako želeli da učinimo ukoliko znamo da će to biti štetno po nas.
So I thought I like that. That brings it kind of home to actually we're going to have to walk or talk, isn't it? We're going to have to, it's in the practice really.
To mi se jako svidjelo, ali je ponovo vratilo kući ono što moramo da odradimo ono što pričamo, znači da izvršimo ono o čemu pričamo da bi napredovali.
So it's not about some abstract or realization about some truths that we then can conceptualize and talk about.
Ne radi se ni o kakvoj apstraktnom viđenju nekih ideja, istina o kojima možemo da razgovaramo i pričamo beskonačno.
In the end, it comes down to how how we can use actually that supposed knowledge to actually live our life wisely in this way we learn.
Na kraju se svede na to na koji način, uslovno rečeno, možemo da iskoristimo, uslovno rečeno, to znanje, da bi bolje živjeli jedan bolji život, živjeli jedan bolji život.
Not creating suffering for ourselves or others around us.
Ne stvarajući patnju ni za sebe, ni za one oko nas.
So I'm sure, like all of us, it's something we can still learn a lot about. So just like to encourage all of us to just keep going.
Tako da mislim da svi mi možemo mnogo toga da učinimo na tom polju i da nam je potrebno puno ohrabrenja.
And hopefully we see each other again. And of course you're all welcome to visit.
You can stay here. You don't have to attend to this.
So but you're all welcome to visit our monastery. Just
We'll take care about you.
you're just gonna have to write first. Don't just all turn up spontaneously.
No. We want surprises.